Yo guys, welcome back. So today we're just going to be unboxing some Airfix boxes that I got. The British paratroopers and the US infantry, I believe. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot this video. I'm just going to be unboxing the stuff and letting you guys view it, because there's not necessarily a whole lot to talk about. But yeah, I'll just let you guys enjoy it, and I'll probably speak at some random point in the video. So I will say, this dark olive green type colour, I really like this colour a lot. It's my favourite colour for army men. It's not too dark, but it's not super bright either, so it's a very nice colour. And these poses as well, they are pretty good. I'll show at the end a sort of comparison for the old Airfix soldiers and these ones, so you can see the colour difference. The colour is quite drastic, so yeah, just stay tuned for that. So the next box is the British paratroopers, a classic set. It's been knocked off about, I don't know, a million times. You guys probably seen the knockoff versions too much, although the knockoff versions are a classic as well at this point, because they've just been around for so long. But yeah, the colour on these ones is really interesting. They're like a dark brown, like rusty colour, I guess you could say. Very interesting colour choice. I'll probably paint these tan and use them as some tan British paratroopers, because I don't have any in tan colour, so I'll just probably spray paint them. But it's a very interesting colour that they went for. So as you can see here, the old figures were very like a very light green color, and I mean like really light. It almost comes off as like it's going grey pretty much. It's a very light green color compared to that dark rustic brown. And then same thing with the US infantry here, pretty light green color. That dark green does look much better in my opinion. But that is all the Airfix soldiers. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care. Welcome back everyone, hope you're all doing well. So in this video we're just going to be unboxing some Airfix toy soldiers. Let's see what we have inside the box. Well, the package, as I struggle here to open it with one hand. Oh, here we go. Finally got it open. Alright, let's see what we got. So the first box we have is, drum roll. Oh, the box is a bit damaged. It's pretty nice, but yeah, anyway. So we have the World War II German infantry, and next up, still struggling to get it out of the box. I'll just put the camera down so I can actually get it out. Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah, just ignore that Halo stuff. Just making an animation before this. Alright, so yeah, so we have the World War II German infantry, and we have the World War II German paratroopers. which I will show you in a second. I just need to fix this box because it's a bit damaged and it doesn't look very nice. And I intend to keep these boxes because they look pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, so World War II German infantry and World War II German paratroopers. I got these on Amazon for about £10 each, so £20 for all of this. It is quite a lot of money, just considering what you get. You only get about, how much do you get? We'll count how much figures you get, but they are really good quality, so it is worth it in my opinion. Plus they tend to get off the market pretty quick since people buy them very fast. So I thought I'd take the opportunity and buy them whilst I can. So this is the back of the box. There's just a painting manual, I guess, and also all the poses that you get in the box. So without further ado, let's get these out. Still struggling. There'll be a lot of struggling in this video. Just watch. We're recording with one hand and then trying to open all the boxes and stuff with the other hand. It's a bit difficult, and my lighting's making me look super white right now. They look like the white on the box. Just ignore that. Yeah, here we go. Comes in a nice little plastic bag. You're gonna have to open it up with one hand as well. But yeah, you see they are blue, which is very nice because I'm trying to expand my blue army as much as I can. You don't really get blue army men often in the UK, from what I'm aware. I know Timmy does blue army men, but I'm not trying to spend more than the price of the product just to get it shipped over, because it's just ridiculous. Oh look, that guy landed. That's pretty cool. So let's put the box somewhere and let's stand these guys up. I'll try to sort these out in a way so all the poses are next to each other if there's duplicates and stuff like that. But I'm going to stop talking for a second and set these up. Also, I'm not very good when it comes to weapon names in World War II or vehicle names or anything like that. So if you know what this gun is, just let me know down below, because I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's probably quite a common weapon. But yeah, if you know what that is, just let me know. Okay, there we go. They're all set up. There's a few duplicates, but it's alright because they'll be used for stop motion anyway, so it's nice to have some duplicates. Got a machine gunner, the ammo, wherever he would be, the officer. We've got 3 crouching guys. The gun's a little bit bent, but that's easy to fix. We've got 2 people throwing grenades. Please ignore the Halo stuff in the background. I was making an animation beforehand. Then we also got the 2 sprinting guys, or marching guys, or whatever, running guys. We also have 2 standing shooting poses, and these 2 guys with the guns that I don't know, who appear to be shooting or scouting up ahead. I could use them for many different things. The details on these figures are really good. Some of the best quality figures you can get out on the market. In my opinion, I've never actually had Timmy toys, but from what I'm seeing and what I've seen online, the Airfix seems to look a lot better quality than Timmy is. And the plastic, I don't know what plastic feels like for the Timmy soldiers. For the Airfix, they're more solid, unlike this True Hero soldier I put down for scale. They tend to be a bit more flexible, but the details do look a lot better than from what I've seen on Timmy. And don't get me wrong, Timmy does look really good, but I don't think it compares to Airfix. Not only that, but Airfix has a lot more variety than Timmy does. So that's also very nice. So you can get figures from all sorts of eras, whereas Timmy, from what I know, they pretty much only do like Vietnam era stuff with the normal Timmy soldiers. I would like to see more modern toy army men, like the Iraq War and Afghanistan. I'd like to see toy soldiers from those eras. I don't think we really have much of them. So it'd be nice to get things switched up a bit, because you tended to see World War II stuff a lot of the time, and occasionally Vietnam stuff. So yeah, it'd be nice to see some more modern army men. But yeah, that's pretty much everything about the box. The box is a bit damaged, but overall looks very nice. These are 132 scale, so if you want to pick them up yourself, you can. Make sure you get 132. If you get 172, then just bear in mind they'll be very small. Here's a comparison next to some other Airfix. You got the British, modern British paratroopers, like infantry. I can't remember what they are, but yeah, there's them. Then you've also got some Australian infantry, I believe, to the right. You can tell they're pretty much the same scale. They're all 132, and obviously the guy in the middle, he's sort of crouched over. So yeah, yo guys, welcome back. So today we're doing another unboxing. Like usual, we'll just be taking a look at what I got from eBay. Sometimes it's from Amazon, but mostly eBay. So without further ado, let's get the box open. Right, so got the box open. I'm gonna put the camera in a different location. This is all recorded after I actually record the video, if you guys haven't noticed already. I'm sure you all have, but yeah, it's typically easier to do it this way because the audio sounds a bit scuffed when I talk and film at the same time, so it's best to just do it this way and talk through an actual mic rather than just through my phone. So yeah, you can see it's just a bunch of fish oil stuff. I get very lucky finding these fish oil things. I don't know why I get lucky finding them. Guess I just spend too much time on eBay looking to see if there's any good deals going around. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get this all set up. Okay, so it took about 3 minutes to set this stuff all up, because I was trying to speed run it, see how quick I could get it done. But obviously down here we've got these classic rocket soldiers. We've seen these quite a lot on the channel recently in some of the unboxings. And then to the side you've got some more laying down soldiers with this odd looking gun. I have no idea what that's meant to be based on. But, some sort of light machine gun, I don't know. Then you've got these crewmen. I really like these crewmen, they look pretty cool. They're definitely good to use for your stop motions, things like that. And then next up, we've got the typical standing shooting pose. These ones also look pretty nice. I don't know what that gun is, it's like a weird AK-47 hybrid weapon thingy. I don't know. This guy as well, he's, I'm just going to call him Captain Price, because why not? And then we got the radio troops here, just standing around, doing their thing. We've got this other guy here, just standing, sort of guarding the area, I guess you could say. It's the guarding pose, sort of like the British Airfix pose. And you've got these interesting poses here, they're just crouching soldiers with pistol. It's pretty interesting. And then you've got the crouching shooting pose with the weird AK-47 hybrid weapon. And then finally you have the sprinting pose, which is a pretty interesting looking pose. The legs a bit like weirdly positioned, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's that. Then you obviously got this helicopter, which is, the helicopter looks pretty cool. The scale's not amazing compared to the soldiers, but I guess I could use it as some sort of light attack helicopter drone thingy. I guess that's the best thing to use it as. And then you obviously got these trucks in the back, which are very cool. I like getting these trucks. I've got quite a few of these now. I don't know how much exactly. Probably, I think I've got 6 of these trucks now. 6 tan ones and 4 green ones, I believe. Don't know, I'd have to, I'm going to do a collection video at some point, so we'll be able to count then. But yeah, very interesting. You can take the top off, which is very nice. So if you just want to have a regular like logistics truck, you can just take the top off. Or if you want to, you know, whatever. It's a nice little bit of customization there. And then you've got these Humvees. Now these are my favourite light vehicles that I know of at the moment. These Humvees look really cool. And the scale sort of works with Toy Army Men. Toy Army Men can get away with working with these smaller scales. The 148 scale, for example. That's what Timmy uses for its tanks, I believe. So that does work. I've also got a bunch of model kits that I've been building up recently for my grey army and some tan and green stuff as well. They are also 148 scale and they work pretty well. This tank here is also very cool. It's like it's an Abrams tank. It's got full rotating turret. So it's got those wheels on the bottom, which I'll probably take off because I don't need to use them. And then it's also got a small machine gun on the top, which is pretty nice. Don't know what that is exactly. But yeah, very nice. And then we'll save the best for last, the 30 pounders from Plastic Apocalypse. Now these things are super rare to get from what I know. I've only got 2 of these in the tan colour, which are these 2 here. And then I've got 2 green ones as well. So I've got 4 in total. And that's all I've managed to find over the last few years looking for them. I just got super lucky. And one thing this does, with these collection videos I make, one thing it does prove is that you can find good army men in the UK. You just have to look pretty much every single day to find a good deal. I did used to say you couldn't find good stuff in the UK, but I think that's because I wasn't looking hard enough. So if you look, you will find them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care. Yo guys, welcome back. So this is another Army Men unboxing. So we're just going to be unboxing these figures from Mars. I believe it's a company based in Ukraine. So it's pretty cool. I've seen some of the figures used in some of Angry Troopers shows videos. Go check them out if you haven't. Yeah, let's see what the figures are like. So one thing I found interesting in this package is I got this little booklet thing. It's like a mini bit of propaganda, I guess you could say. I guess that's the best term for it. Yeah, it was pretty funny reading through this. But yeah, pretty interesting. I'm going to keep a hold of this. It's I don't know, it's a pretty random item to have in the collection. The guy also gave me some what appears to be Ukrainian candy sweets. I don't know if they're Ukrainian or not, but yeah, it's pretty interesting nonetheless. This is the place I think I got it from. I just ordered it off eBay, so assuming this is the seller. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Right, these are the two sets I got. I got the US infantry in the Vietnam War and the US Marines from the Vietnam War. They look pretty interesting. There's a nice variety of poses here on the back, and yeah, we'll have a look what's inside, have a look at the quality, the detail, all that sort of stuff, and we'll get right into it. So they appear to come in this plastic Ziploc bag, sort of similar to some of the Airfix stuff I've got. It's pretty nice. I always reuse these Ziploc bags. I could just put some more toy soldiers in them, or just keep these guys stored in them. But yeah, let's get these guys set up and we'll have a look at the poses. So the first pose is some rifleman, sort of, I guess he's walking to a position or starting to jog, I'm not entirely sure. It's a bit of a weird pose here. Some sort of movement pose. It's pretty interesting to look at. Then we've got the classic guy looking through his binoculars. Pretty much every armyman set has something like this. But yeah, good attention to detail. It's pretty nice, the quality is pretty good. Sort of feels like Airfix quality, so it's pretty nice. Then we've got this guy with a shotgun. He looks pretty cool. It's a nice little addition. You don't really see shotguns a lot in toy armyman sets. And then this is also a pretty interesting pose. It's a soldier with a grenade launcher. And you also don't see a lot of grenade launchers in sets, so it's a pretty nice addition. And then next up we have some guy with this hat. He's just sort of patrolling, I guess. He's got his M16 by his hip, or whatever gun that is. I'm not a war historian, so I don't know. And then obviously we've got this guy here with the machine gun. He's sort of crouching. It's a bit of a... You don't really see a lot of crouching poses this way. It's normally one foot down, one knee down, but this one's got two knees down. Then we've got the rifleman shooting in a pretty awkward looking pose, but yeah, it's pretty cool nonetheless. Now the final pose is the standing shooting pose. Now I will say the only issue I have with this is the guy sort of points upwards, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, I could probably just
do a bit of customizing to make him point more straight. So I'll probably just end up doing that. But yeah, pretty cool nonetheless. So that is the first set. Let's see what's in the next one. So the next one, US infantry from the Vietnam War. They also come in a Ziploc bag, which I'm struggling to open. And then, yeah, let's just get these out. But you can see here they actually come in a different colour. They're more of a dark green compared to the other one, which is it's a slightly disappointing. It'd be nice if they were the same colour, but obviously then they're not the same set, so they're not likely going to be the same colour. It makes sense that they're not. But it'd be cool because the poses work very well with each other. But yeah, I can just get some spray paint, change the colours of them, not an issue at all. So let's get these guys set up and we'll have a look at the poses. So the first pose, we have a rifleman. He seems to be running or jogging. It's pretty good, works with the other poses we just shown. We have a typical standing guy with his assault rifle. He's sort of just standing there. It's pretty nice, good attention to detail. We have the radio man, comes in pretty much every armyman set known to exist. And then we've got the standing machine gunner. We've got Captain Price here smoking a cigar. We've got flamethrower, we've got the crouching guy with the M16. And then lastly we have the rifleman again, but he's sort of in a hip firing pose, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's a pretty nice collection of toy soldiers here. Now I will say one of these poses will be used as a character in my next Plastic Warzone episode, so stay tuned for that whenever that comes out. So let me know what you guys think about these two sets. Would you get them yourself? Do you already have them? And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care.
Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be unboxing some army men that I got from eBay. These are from eBay. They're a one-time purchase thing, so if you want to find a similar thing, I guess you can go on eBay and look for them. It's just Airfix, scale 132. So yeah, if you just look for that on eBay. I think you can get them on Amazon as well, but they're brand new. Yeah, this is where I got them. So let's get them out of the box. And here they are. It's just a bag full of Airfix. There's also another smaller box I'll get out later. It's not as good as Airfix. It's just some like cheap Timmy knockoffs. But I needed some background soldiers, so I decided I'd buy them. So let's get them out of the bag. Oh, I'm struggling a little bit. Come on. There we go. Okay, good. So this is what's here. It's a little bit of a mixture. Got some green coloured soldiers in there. Got a bit of grey, which is always nice because I need to increase the size of my grey collection. And we've also got a little bit of tan. So at the front here we've got some crawling guys. It's pretty nice. There's some poses in here that I've never actually seen before, like this guy. Didn't even know that was a thing. He sort of looks like the Australian infantry, but it's not the same set. I don't know. I don't even know if they're Airfix. Not entirely sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. So it's quite a big variety of different sets here. We've got some British commandos. We've got the British paratroopers as well. Also got the some Australian figures in there. Here we have our special guest, Howard the Alien. I'm sure many of you know who that is. When I saw this figure, I just started laughing. It literally looks like Howard the Alien. But yeah, we've got this nice mixture here. There's this guy that looks like he's been shot. It's pretty nice to use for animation. I think these are US paratroopers or something like that. Can't remember. We've also got some more British infantry here, which is very nice to see. Some of them have some paint on them, like this guy here, which I should be able to remove. I've got a big bag of like Airfix stuff with paint on them that I need to remove. I'll find a way to do it, don't worry. But yeah, that's overall all the Airfix stuff I got. Over here we've got some more painted people. Luckily this time there's not as much people painted on them like last time. There's just a random full green guy who just stood out, so I put him to the side. There's also a couple guys in here who looks like they've been bit on the side of the face by an alien or some sort of creature. This guy here as well, who's been attacked by a mountain lion or something. Again, these people here, I don't know what they are, so if you know, just put it in the comment section and tell me. Another close-up on Howard the alien. Bro, look at his head. Look at that. Oh my god, what is this one? Yeah, that's funny. And then obviously the tan soldiers. So, that's them. I'll do a comparison now. So this is a True Heroes toy army men. They're roughly the same size as Timmy toy soldiers from what I know. You can see they match up pretty well to each other, which is very nice when it comes to doing stop motion. And if you're collecting the same size, they should work perfectly. So, that is all of the Airfix. My favourite thing in this collection is Howard the alien, obviously. Just looks great. Definitely going to use him in a stop motion. No, I'm not going to use him in a stop motion. Anyway, let's pull these guys up. These are the cheap toy soldiers that I got. There's quite a lot of them. Just going to be using these as background soldiers just to bolster the green army a bit, because I need some more. I can also break some of these to use as dead bodies and stuff like that, because I do that on occasion. So it's pretty nice. So yeah, that's all of them. Let's get these stood up so we can get a better view. Alright, so here we go. Got quite a few laying people here. The main reason I got it is for these guys here as well. I don't really have any of these officer type people just holding a pistol, so I thought it'd be nice to get some of them in the army. There's also these guys here who are standing and just walking with their gun behind their back. And something I noticed, which is weird about these army men, is the crouching people are aiming into the sky for some reason. I no idea why. Maybe they're trying to shoot a helicopter or something. I don't know. And then obviously you got the bazooka guy. You got these machine gunners. One thing I found odd about the machine gunners is the bipod is actually stuck to their feet, which is a bit weird. I could probably just cut that with some cutters or something. Some scissors. I don't know. But we'll get rid of that. So yeah, that's all of them. So overall, I managed to get all of this in this lot. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Howard the alien is the best soldier in this lot? If not, then tell me down below what you think is. And that's all I got to say. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Yo guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be opening this thing here. This is a random lot of army men. This is number 4 on the poll that I made, so it's the final one. But let's see what we got. Struggling here to find where to open the package from, but I'll just do it. Okay, so I finally got the package out of the packaging, but you can see there's quite a lot of random looking stuff in there. There's quite a lot of cheap stuff from what I'm seeing. But yeah, let's open this and see what we got. Just love to see pouring all them army men on the table. There we go, get the last guy out. So yeah, lots of random stuff here. So here's a time lapse of me setting everything up. I think it took me about 15 minutes to get it all put on the table. But yeah, just enjoy. So it's all finally out on the table. So let's start off here. We have these very interesting looking soldiers here. They appear to be firefighters, and I was actually confused at who these were, but they were actually made by Fisher, and I had no idea that Fisher made firefighters, which was pretty interesting to see. So that's very surprising. I forgot to mention there's a boat there in the background. But yeah, anyway, we have these Airfix ripples here. Very cheap quality. Not really a whole lot interesting about them, to be honest. They don't have a brand on the bottom, nothing like that. They don't even have China on the bottom, which most of our army men do. Then we've got a ton of more yellow army men here. And we also got some grey soldiers, which is nice. Good to boost the army. Lots of different poses here, mixed brands and manufacturers. Obviously no actual brand on the bottom, just China, and that's it. Also got some white soldiers in the background, only a few of them. And then I think this is the main reason I got this, but there was quite a lot of Fischl green army men here, which is always nice to see. You don't see these a whole lot when you're on eBay and stuff like that, so they're fairly rare from what I know. So every time I see them, I snatch them up if it's a good deal. But yeah, very cool to see. And then we got some more green army men here, lots of different colours and shapes and poses. Obviously lots of different brands as well. Lots of them are just pretty cheap quality. But in the front here we do actually have the Sergeant... I always forget this guy's name. The guy from Plastic Apocalypse. But yeah, I think I have his poses complete now. All I needed was this guy with the anti-tank weapon, or whatever that is. I'm not good with weapons, but yeah, I think I now have his poses completed. So that was very cool to see. I think it's Shamrock, so like Sergeant Shamrock or something like that. I think that's it. But yeah, anyway, so that was pretty cool to find. So yeah, there's a pretty big selection of army men here. There's not actually any vehicles other than the boat. So yeah, no vehicles in this one. And I'll put the price up now. Let me know what you think. Did I get a good lot or not? And I'll see you lot in the next. Yo guys, welcome back. So as usual, we've got another unboxing video. This is quite a surprising unboxing. It's another thing that a lot of you probably haven't seen for a while. But yeah, let's get into it. So it's this very old True Heroes toy set from Toys R Us. I remember getting a lot of these when I was younger. It's pretty a nice set. The box it comes in is also pretty nice. It'll be good for storing some things in the future. But yeah, let's have a look what's inside of the box. So there's a pretty big selection of things here, from terrain to army men to vehicles, barbed wire, all that sort of stuff. So there's quite a nice variety in what you get here. There's lots of different terrain pieces like trees, barbed wire, barricades, rocks, stuff like that. And then obviously you get the vehicles and the toy army men. So without further ado, let's get this set up and we'll have a closer look at what's inside the box. So, like every other set, we got 2 barricades, or 2 sandbag walls, whatever you want to call them. We've got those 2 tanks there. We've also got 2 big rocks and 4 trees in the background. That'd be nice to spice up the scenery a bit. Also quite a big selection of toy army men here, lots of different poses. These work pretty well with Timmy from what I'm aware. Timmy doesn't have the standing up shooting pose, which these guys do have, so that's also nice. It's good to have that pose. Works very well with stop motion. So yeah, pretty nice. I also like the colour of them. I prefer this more dark green type colour for army men than some of the lighter stuff you can find, like the Toy Story army men. They're a bit too bright in my opinion. So moving on to the left, we have these 2 flags, the classic True Heroes flags, the blue and the green one. Don't know why it's a blue one. They should have made it tan, although I don't think it would stand out very well, but it'd make more sense. And then obviously we've got the exact same poses here, but in the tan colour. Also pretty nice. There's a lot more crawling people compared to the other poses. And then we've got this massive deposit of rocks just in the background. That'd be nice to add to collection. Tons of barbed wire. I've got way too much barbed wire now. There was this random bit of Lego that was just there inside the box. And then we got a helicopter, which is pretty nice. These helicopters are very good looking. But yeah, very, very good stuff. Now another thing that comes with the set, which I probably won't use, is this sort of play mat, I guess you could say. It's pretty interesting. I remember getting this back in the day, but yeah, I definitely won't be using that. I don't really have any use for it. I've got this set up here, so yeah, it's a quite nice selection. It's a shame they don't sell these anymore, because they are very good sets. It also includes these stickers, which I won't be using. I'm not a fan of stickers, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you like this set or not? And I'll see you lot in the next one. Yo guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be unboxing the second box of Toy Army Men. This came second place in the poll that I hosted the other day, well, the other week now. But yeah, so we'll get the box open and we'll see what I got inside the box. So this stuff is packaged pretty oddly compared to all the other Army Men lots. They're all sort of just thrown into a bag and that's just done with pretty much. This stuff all seems to be individually wrapped up, which is pretty nice, I guess. But yeah, let's see what we got. So we got these 2 small packages here. I'm just going to open these up. And we have some cheap Army Men. That's to be expected in these lots. I don't think there's a lot in this lot, which is good. A lot of the other ones I have, a bit hit and miss. Sometimes you get a lot of good stuff, sometimes you get a lot of good stuff and bad stuff. But yeah, we're just seeing what we have here.
And we pretty much have a duplicate of cheap army men, but green and tan. So we'll set these up. Yep, don't really have much of use for them, so they're just going to be over there. Probably chuck them in the cheap army men bag. But we're going to open this next package now. Struggling to get it open. Got to use my knife there. Alright, here we go. And finally we have some, what is it? Fish ale. Now it's always nice to get these fish ale soldiers, because you do not see them a whole lot on the market. If you're wondering where I get all my stuff, just literally just scout on eBay. That's all you have to do, just keep scouting eBay and hope that you find something good. That's pretty much what I do. It's a bit hit and miss, obviously. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff, but it's always good and worth looking on eBay for any stuff that you want, because you might just find it there. Alright, next package. Let's see what we get in here. This one's a bit rattly and looks and feels very random. So let's see what is in here. Oh yeah, just a bunch of random stuff. What a surprise. But you always get stuff like that in these lots, which is what's funny about them. It's just very random stuff that doesn't belong with army men, but it's just there anyway. Like this briefcase here with a speaker inside of it. It's pretty random. And then obviously we have this just random dude just standing here. It's pretty funny. But obviously you got your typical stuff like barbed wire, flags, sandbags. We also have a lizard with half its jaw missing. It is just so random and odd, but got that anyway. So yeah, let's see what else we have. Let's move this over to the side, and we'll get the next package. See, I'm struggling to get this out a bit, but here we go. And we have 2 fish oil trucks, which is very, very nice. These fish oil trucks work pretty well with army men, or your 1/32 scale army men, at least in terms of stop motion anyway, because they can fit on the screen and all that sort of stuff. I use these in a lot of my videos, so you can see the scale reference there. But yeah, very good for army men videos. They're not too big and they're not too small, which is what's nice about them. Obviously made by Fisher 2002. And yeah, that is pretty nice stuff right there. Always nice to find them. Right, next we have this package here. You see it's some more vehicles. So let's get these out and see what they are. Here we go. Nice, a Humvee and another Humvee. These Humvees are really cool to get because they work very well with army men. They're like a perfect scale. They're not too big. They're not too small either. It's kind of what you're looking for with army men's vehicles. At least what I found best. They work if they're sort of between big and small. Sort of like this.
which is it's very nice to get. It's probably some of my favourite Army Men vehicles. I really do enjoy getting these. I think I have 6 of them now. 4 or 6 of them. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to count. I actually need to do a collection video, which I might do soon because the weather's getting better, and I'm maybe moving house soon. So take advantage of the space and do a collection video. So that is everything in the lot. Let me know, did I get a good lot or not? Do you enjoy seeing these fish old trucks as much as I do, and these Humvees? Let me know in the comments. And the lizard here is saying goodbye. I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care. Today we're just going to be unboxing a lot I got from eBay. So let's see what we got. Oh, it comes in a bag, just like a normal grocery bag, I guess you could say. So there's a struggle to get this out. I have to put the camera down because, you know, it's just a bit difficult getting this out with one hand. So here we go, and here's the bag. This is a pretty big bag. Open this up, see what we got inside. There's a hole in the side of the bag. I think that's from my knife where I tried getting the sellotape off. But yeah, you can see we've got quite a lot of stuff in here. So let's try and pour all of this out onto my desk, which isn't very big, so I don't know if it's going to fit on there properly. Here we go. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna have to separate all of this stuff into its own little sections. I'll do all the props in one go, then I'll take that all off the desk, then I'll put the vehicles on, see what vehicles we have, and then I'll do all the infantry. So we've got some official soldiers here, 2002 you see. Yeah, bunch of different stuff here. Just too much stuff to look at. Definitely gonna sort this stuff out because I can't like pick things apart. It's just all scrambled up and messy. There's also this what do you call it, a giant barbed wire fence, which is pretty cool. I don't think I've seen this before, but if you compare this to this normal sized barbed wire fence, you can tell it's much bigger. What's that, 3 times bigger? It's pretty big. But anyway, let's get all this stuff set up. So you can see there's quite a lot of stuff here. Go over to the right side, we've got the barbed wire fences. Always nice to get more. I do have a ton of barbed wire fences now. So yeah, I need to do some organising. I've got some more trees and stuff, that will be good for my backgrounds. We've also got these, don't know what these would be. They're like bricks or barriers. I don't really know what they are, but they'll be pretty good to use for bases. You've got these small tent type things. And then you come over here, you've got a fake penny for some reason. And then you've also got a bunch of like sandbag walls and stuff like that. This tiny blue plane, which isn't meant to be here. And you've got a couple flags in the background. So there's quite a lot of props here. Gonna have to sort this all out. I need to get more storage for my army men, because I'm running out of space and they're all just in bags at the moment. I'd much rather them be in their own boxes and tubs and stuff like that, because it's easier to store and they are less likely to get broken. So next we have all the vehicles. We have a bunch of these small like tanks and planes and stuff here. I remember I had a bunch of these when I was younger. There's the lieutenant thingy in the background. You see him there? Lieutenant Smith. He's just standing there, so for a size comparison. You have these green blue tanks here. I'll probably use them as drones or something. We also got these fish oil trucks in the background. It's always nice to get some of these. Don't really find them that much when I'm looking on eBay, and this lot is from eBay. Yeah, you've also got the fish oil helicopter. Well, I don't know what helicopter that is. Looks like an Apache. And then you've got 2 Humvees here. So I now have 4 Humvees and 4 trucks. And to the right of that we have the tank, the what appears to be an M1 Abrams. So always nice to get them. I've got a green one and I finally have my tan one. All I need to get now is the cannons or the artillery. I'm sure many of you know what that is. You know, similar thing to what's used in a, well, not similar, it's the same thing that's used in Plastic Apocalypse, the first ever episode, those cannons. But yeah, and then you've got this anti-air truck thing on the side. Don't really know what that is, but it is a lot of vehicles, so very nice indeed. So the final thing we're getting out is all of the infantry. There is a ton of stuff in here, lots of different poses, ton of variety, different colours, just a lot of stuff here. So I'm gonna have to sort this all out and stack them together. So I've sorted them out based on their colours. You can see here at the front, oh, there's two guys just fell over. We have a bunch of green coloured people. They're all very different shades of green. Lots of dark, lots of bright. It's nice to get a good variation. You can tell a lot of them are cheaper poses, and cheaper material, but they will be good for dead bodies and doing experiments and stuff like that. On the side we have this one green guy who's got both his arms chopped off, and some Airfix British commandos, I believe. Moving up here we have the grey / blue soldiers that I got from this lot. They're a lot smaller than the other people, which is a shame, but I guess I can make my blue army a bunch of small people, I guess. We've also got what appears to be a Native American. I'm not sure, looks like a Native American. But yeah, you've got these tan soldiers as well. You've got two red soldiers and these grey soldiers here. I don't know what era they're from, but they look pretty old-fashioned. And then over here to the side we've got 5 giant army men and a giant flamethrower guy. So this guy's basically a walking flamethrower tank, I guess you could say, because that's going to wreak havoc on anyone. And then to the left we have more official troops, which is the primary reason I got this, for the vehicles and the troops here. They look like they were tan at some point, but their colours sort of like diluted and they've become like a greyish tan colour. I'll probably just put them on the grey faction because my grey army's not that big. But you can see here we've actually got a official knockoff and the original, so we'll put them next to each other so you can see what they look like. I'll flip this guy over. You can see they do look pretty similar. It's just the grey ones, the details aren't as good. They are pretty much the same, but this grey one's also a lot smaller than the official one. But yeah, just thought I'd point that out. So that is all of the infantry. It is a ton of stuff that I'm gonna spend a while sorting out. But yeah, this is how much I got it for. So it's an absolute steal if you ask me. Great price, especially for those vehicles. Yeah, just can't get a better price than that. And this is proof that if you look on eBay, you can find what you want. It's not always guaranteed, but it is possible. It's where I get most of my stuff from. So yeah, if you want to find something similar, just go on eBay and see if you get lucky. But yeah, tell me what you think and take care. Videos on the way, so this will be the last one for a while until I figure something out. But yeah, we'll open this up and see what we got inside the box. So as you can probably tell, my knife is very blunt because it didn't even cut through this tape properly. So I need to get a new blade, but that shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, here we go, got the box open. So I actually purchased this box maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, honestly can't remember. But I purchased it before I started moving house and I never ended up opening it. So we'll just open it now at the new house. And it's probably one of the bigger lots that I've gotten. And it's pretty nice. There's a lot of stuff in here. I mainly got it for the True Heroes stuff that you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's get it out. So it's quite a big pile. There's a bunch of these small vehicles. Don't know what scale these are, but they're pretty small. I don't know what I'd use these for. They'll probably just end up somewhere not being used, but I don't know. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff, and we'll have a look through, and I'll also play the time lapse in a minute. So starting off, we're going to do some of the vehicles. These are all True Heroes vehicles. We have these 2 Apache helicopters. Very nice to get these. I have quite a few of these now. I haven't really ever used them, but they're always nice to get. And then we have these 2 jets as well, which are also pretty nice. They're a decent scale for the army men. And then at the back we have the Patton tanks, which are very nice. 6 of these tanks in one box was a really good find. So it's nice to get them. Very good tanks. Okay, next we have a bunch of the random stuff. We've got a few army men here who are sort of they're just random colours and variations and moulds. They don't really fit in with the other ones. Basically the outcasts in the box, I guess you could say. And then to the right of that we have this tank here, which you can actually put together. I just haven't done it. I might just use that as a turret. It kind of looks good like that, instead of building it into a tiny tank, which I think would be pretty cool. Just use it as a turret for the Grey Army, I guess. Maybe a 30mm cannon, I don't know, or whatever it is, a flak gun. I don't know, I'll find something to use it for, but it'll be pretty cool. And then nothing too interesting here, just a bunch of small vehicles. They're by this one brand here. As you can see, never seen this brand before, but it's pretty interesting. And we've got a bunch of stuff. All of these vehicles here are pretty much made from the same brand, apart from that Humvee and that plane in the background. But yeah, that's all the random stuff that we got in the box. Okay, so in the next scene, well, this one, I'm not going to talk a whole lot. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm basically going to show all the different poses and army men that we got, which are sort of in their own collections. And we have a bunch of tan ones, green ones, all of that, all of the colours. Mainly got it for True Heroes, since I've already got a few of these army men here. But I put this on a 2x time lapse, mainly because this one segment was about 9 minutes long roughly, and it was going to make the video way too long. So it would be a bit sped up. That's if you're wondering why it looks a bit speedy, it's because it is. But I'll stop waffling and I'll let you guys enjoy. Now I just want to say, if you haven't subscribed to Army Men Initiative, please go over to his channel and subscribe. He makes some great content and he's very passionate about this community, and he's almost at 600 subs, so let's try and help him get there. Those last few subs, it'd be very much appreciated. Now I'm just going to answer a question that I get asked quite a lot, especially on these videos, but people always ask, where do I get my army men? Well, eBay. eBay is the place to get army men. You can get them on Amazon, you can mainly just buy new stuff, but if you're looking for more rare items and big lots, like the ones I find, then eBay is the place for you. And if you're wondering why I always find good lots, it's because I literally sit on eBay 24/7 looking for good lots. So if you want to find them, you have to copy that strategy, as far as I'm aware. There's other places like Facebook Market and stuff like that, which you can get army men from. I haven't personally got any from there, but sort of a bit like eBay, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much how I get my stuff. Okay, so we're done with the army men and we're moving over to the natural terrain. So, like any other lot, we have a bunch of these random rocks here and some flag rocks which are missing the actual flags. And over to the right we have this random tree with no leaves on it and a log, or a destroyed tree, I don't really know. And then we have this weird rock grass thing. I'm not entirely sure what this is, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I guess I could have some sort of use for that. Then we have these two trees here which look pretty cool. It'd be nice to add to my massive collection of vegetation. And then in the back we have classic palm trees, which actually do have the leaves on this time, and some True Heroes palm trees, which are very nice to get. Okay, up next we have these three big rocks which actually come with some of the old True Heroes sets. They're pretty nice. Then we've got some of the flags. Two of the flags don't have any stickers on them. Might be able to use them for something. Maybe put a tan flag on it, or one of my own custom flags on it, I don't know. I'll find something. And then obviously we've got barbed wire and the sandbag walls, barricades, all that sort of stuff. I have way too much of these now. Man, it's becoming a bit of a problem. So there you have it, the entire lot. It's a pretty big one. Might be one of my last ones for a while till I figure something out. Sad to say that, but it's just what I have to do. I've got way too much army men now, and there's not really much need for me to collect anymore. I'm sure I will make one again in the future if I find something really good, like a bunch of fish-held tanks or something like that. But it's pretty nice. As I said earlier, I mainly got this for the True Heroes stuff. Those pattern tanks are very nice. The vegetation as well is also nice to get. Can help spice up my scenes a bit more, especially for the Plastic Warzone series and its side series. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Was it a good lot or not? And I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care. Cheap lot that I got on eBay. It's got some pretty unique poses in it that I just wanted to show. I think that's the only reason I got this. I just got it for a couple pounds, so I was like, yeah, might as well get that. But yeah, let's see what we have. And I won't be talking a whole lot in this video because there's not really much to talk about. Most of the soldiers are just like super cheap. But I hope you enjoy the video anyway. So without further ado, let's try and get this open. You see I'm struggling a bit. I don't know what this material is. It's sort of like see those plastic like rubbish bin bags you get. I guess you could say that's sort of what the packaging feels like. It's a bit weird. And it's inside some cardboard like thing. Don't know what that's for. Maybe to secure it a bit more, but I don't know. I'll probably end up breaking half of these just to use as dead bodies in videos and things like that. That's what these cheap army men are good for anyway. And it took me quite a while to set it up because there's just so much stuff. Yeah, so I've separated these into their own little like sections. You can sort of see they're all pretty much cheap army men. So you can see here we've got some grey army men on the left. And I'm just going to do some like camera angles and different shots of all the different army men, and I'll start talking when something interesting shows up. So I remember the main reason buying this was for this pose here, pretty sure. He's pretty cheap, but I don't have this pose, and he's got a massive China sign on his arm. You can see there, just notice that. But yeah, he's got a really creepy smile, which is I guess a good thing. I don't know. And then obviously got this Plastic Apocalypse pose. I always forget the name of this character. I need to rewatch Plastic Apocalypse again. I haven't watched it properly in a while. But yeah, some pretty nice poses there. So like normal, if I have cheap army men, they get crushed and destroyed like this guy. And it's actually surprisingly difficult on this clay like table. But yeah, that's him snapped in half. Now I'm going to bring out the ultimate device for killing plastic army men. Alright, let's try to chop his arm off. See if that works. Oh, sort of. Alright, let's just cut the whole body in half. Ready? Oh my god, he went flying. Well, I guess that works. His body's over there somewhere. No idea. I'll try and find that. But his legs are just going to chill there now, I guess. Oh, here's his body. He's just chilling back here. The other guy caught him by the looks of things, but he's not moving anymore. Look at him. Chopped right in half. These are two more unique looking poses I found. I found this thing, looks a bit odd, and this Vietnam type looking soldier, I don't really know, but he looks pretty interesting. You can see he's much taller than all the other army men. I think he's probably taller than the Airfix guys as well. Not entirely sure. He might be. Actually, no, they might be a similar size, maybe a bit taller. I think they're pretty interesting. So, that's pretty much all the army men. We can all agree that it is a ton of cheap stuff. But hope you enjoyed anyway, and I'll see you lots in the next one. Take care.
Alright, the area looks clear. Everyone keep your heads low and move double time. We need to get to the front line and support our troops. Let's move! Shit! The captain's down! What now? We need to stay composed and disengage. Damn it! The machine gun is down! Good job, lads. I hope our defense is holding up alright. Major, our defense is going weak. We need more reinforcements. You know the situation, Sergeant. We can't get any more reinforcements. You have to hold the line. The enemy's starting to panic. Let's call in an artillery strike now. Artillery, you're clear to open fire. Alright boys, light them up.
Barrier! Where that came from! Look out!
Looks like we did it. Good job, everyone.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that little stop motion I just did. It was pretty fun to film. I haven't filmed a lot of stop motion recently, so it's just nice to do some practice. But yeah, today we're just going to be opening up this small bag of army men that I got from Amazon, and we'll be taking a look at what's inside. So as you can see, there's a pretty big variety of stuff here. There's a cannon, there's a bunch of like terrain and stuff like that, props. It's pretty nice. Guess I could use that for something, I don't know, but I'll find something. Yeah, it's quite a large variety of stuff here. So I'm going to stop talking and I'll time lapse the video of me setting them up. So there's quite a big variety in poses here. I believe there's 12 or 13 poses. Feel free to count. But yeah, the poses are pretty nice. The details aren't too bad either. The quality of the figures, I'd say it's a medium quality. It's not super cheap trash army men that you can get. It's above that level, but I wouldn't say it's on the same level as Timmy or Airfix or some of the big companies out there. But yeah, they're still pretty good nonetheless. Yeah, you got some vehicles back here. The Jeep is pretty much the same. Yeah, it's a good scale for these soldiers at least. There's the 2 helicopters. There's also 2 tents. There's a few barbed wire fences. And then you've got a bunch of these random props down here. You've got these stationary weapons. Not entirely sure what this is. Might be some sort of like SPG or something, I don't know. The middle one looks like a TOW, which is a wire-guided missile or rocket. Can't remember exactly. And the last one's a minigun turret, which is pretty nice. So yeah, these are a nice little addition. I will say the legs are a little bit flimsy and they bend very easy, so it's a bit hard to rotate the turret at the same time. And then we've got some radios there, some little ammo containers. And then we've got the artillery piece, which is a pretty nice bit of artillery there. And then we've got these motorbikes, which are fairly good. The quality feels alright on these. It's not too shabby. Yeah, they probably work with Timmy and Airfix as well. They seem to be 1:3:2 scale. Not entirely sure about that though. But yeah, very nice. Those little shrubs, grass, whatever you want to call that, at the back is also pretty cool. Always like getting some more vegetation to add to my scenery. I'm just grabbing a Airfix figure out of my collection so you guys can see a comparison. Airfix, this one in particular, is a 1:3:2 scale, which is sort of the same size as what Timmy is. I think Timmy's 1:3:2 scale as well, maybe slightly smaller. But yeah, it's a pretty close resemblance. You can see these figures are more, I think they're 1:3:5 scale, so they're just a bit smaller. Not by too much. You probably could use them in the same videos, but if you don't want to, it's up to you. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you lot on the next one. Take care.
Welcome back, guys. Just want to say sorry I've been very inactive recently. You know, life's getting a bit busy. Got a full-time job now, so focus on that. But hopefully things will be looking up in the future, so I'll be posting more. But until then, I'll just keep everyone updated. So anyway, I've done a vote the other day, and this box here, box number 3 I believe, is the one that got the highest vote to be opened first. So we're going to be opening this today. So let's see what we got inside the box. So it's quite a big mess here, as you can see. There's a bunch of random different brands and random things everywhere. But I'll sort these all out and we can have a look through and see what I got. So this is the first set. This is the more high quality stuff that I found inside the box. It mainly consists of things like Airfix. The grey soldiers on the right, I don't know what era they are from or what they're meant to represent, but they're pretty interesting looking. I don't know what brand they are, so if anyone knows, just tell me in the comment section, be much appreciated. But yeah, they're very interesting looking and very nice. And then here we got some what appears to be German infantry, which is always nice to get. I'm trying to expand my grey army, as you guys probably know by now. Maybe in a future stop motion they will eventually show up, because they haven't really showed up yet. And then here we got the British Commandos, I believe. I think that's the name of these toy army men. Very nice to get some more of these. Very good. Now over on this side we have one standalone British soldier who's holding a, he's using a radio. And then we got some US infantry here, or US Marines, I'm not entirely sure. Don't know what the set is called, but they are American, that's what I do know. So that's the first lot of army men. Going to transition onto the next page and we will see what else we got. So the majority of this stuff is just typical cheap army men, to be expected in these lots, but there's a lot of these Hong Kong Matchbox Airfix rip-offs. There is quite common. You find these all over the place. Not entirely sure what I end up doing with them. They just become a part of the tan army, I suppose. These ones are closer to the 132 scale, and the ones on the left, which I'm about to show in a minute, they are more 135 scale. And we also have a couple Airfix soldiers here. And we've got some German infantry and what appears to be one Japanese soldier there on the right. But I guess they're nice, I'll add those to the collection. And here we just got some more cheap green army men, just to bolster the army, I guess, bulk it up. Not entirely sure what I'll do with these either, because most of the time they don't get used in stop motions. So yeah. Then we got some more grey army men here, which probably will be used, and I'll keep them. But yeah, that is all the cheap stuff and random bits inside the box. So next up we got all the vehicles and the props. Now this is some sort of machine gun by Matchbox, pretty interesting. It's called a field gun, number 32. Very interesting. And then over here on the right we've got some random tank tracks, a cannon with no wheels, another Matchbox vehicle. It's a Mercedes-Benz, pretty interesting. And then this one is some vehicle from France. Don't know what brand this is. And then we have these two vehicles, which I found pretty interesting. They're from this brand called Lone Star, and I've never seen this before. It's rather interesting looking. And this one's also from the same company. Not entirely sure what I'll do with these. They are made out of metal. So yeah, that was pretty cool to find. But yeah, very weird, unique looking vehicles there. And then we just got some random cheap plastic tanks on the side here. One of them doesn't even have a turning turret. Two random planes there, a miniature tank. We got these vehicles here. These are some Hong Kong chieftains, which is very interesting. Never seen these before. One of the sorry, I can't talk. One of the tracks is missing. I'll have to add that back on. Again, I don't know what I'll be doing with these because I don't really have any use for them. But yeah. And then there's these people here, which are very weird looking. I've never seen these in my life. Some yellow and white toy army men, and they're pretty tall as well. They're taller than the 132 scale army men. But yeah. And then here's just some terrain I forgot to put on the table. Some barbed wire and some sandbags, stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. I think the total of this came up to around £20, something like that. I'll put it on the screen here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you lot in the next one.
Yo guys, welcome back. So again, we've got another unboxing video. So we are unboxing this one here. So I've done a poll the other day, and this one came 3rd place, I believe. So we're going to just open this up and see what we got. So as you can see, it's pretty packed full of stuff, so I'm going to have to unbox this stuff off camera and set it up on the table so we can get a better look at what is here. So just some typical small vehicles there, not much use for them. Also have this True Heroes tank, which is nice to get. I need more of them. There's also this front of a lorry here, or a truck. Obviously got some more vehicles here, some off-road vehicles. We got 2 tanks. One of them is broken, unfortunately, but I could use that as some sort of destroyed vehicle on a battlefield. And then we've got this Jeep here, which is pretty nice. It's got a pretty big turret on the top of it. Probably use that as like a missile launch or something, like a tow, something like that. And then we got these 2 other Jeeps here, which are pretty cool. So I think this is the main reason I got this set, from what I remember, was the Jeeps.
They're pretty cool and they looked a good scale as well. Then we got this missile turret here, which is pretty cool. I think this is a surface-to-air missile. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Then we got this Jeep behind it, which is interesting. Then we also got this very small cannon. One of the wheels is missing, which is sad, but is what it is, I guess. And then we also got this helicopter. Now most of these camouflaged vehicles are made out of metal, so they probably won't break as easy. Maybe just the plastic parts on them, like the upper tank that's broken in the beginning. Then we got this big tan tank here, and there's two weird vehicles in the background with giant wheels, and one of them has a Sherman tank turret for some reason, which is very weird, but yeah. So with all the vehicles done, let's move over to the infantry. So down here we got some True Heroes tan soldiers, which is nice to get. Guy on the right side, that mortar, looks like his mortar exploded when he used it, which is not fun. And then we got these extremely yellow soldiers in the background. Honestly, probably just make them their own faction because they don't really fit in with the tan soldiers much. They're way too yellow, orangey looking. And then we got some more grey soldiers, which is nice. Got these Airfix rip-offs or knockoffs in the front, just a bunch of ducking, sniping poses. And then in the back we have the fishtail rip-offs. They are more of a silver metallic type colour. When you're looking at them in real life, on the camera they look more grey, but that is their true colour. And then we have a bunch of random cheap green army men over here to the side. Just bolster the army, I guess. Some more fishtail rip-offs, Airfix rip-offs. They tend to be a lot of the things that companies knock off. But yeah, we've got a bunch of them. I'll just chuck them in my bag of cheap army men. And then over to the left we have more True Heroes, which is very nice. Just typical green True Heroes toy army men. It's nice to get. It's a good Timmy substitute. And then we also have this bazooka guy who isn't True Heroes, but he actually fits in pretty well with the True Heroes soldiers, since he's relatively the same scale and the colour is pretty much the same. So that was nice. Then we have these guys here. I don't know what brand they are. Probably some Hong Kong type army men, I'm not sure. But they're pretty tall. But there's 6 different poses, sorry. Pretty interesting looking. I might use them for stop motion. I might make it a character on Plastic Warzone, just like the giant guy who runs on with a 50 cal machine gun, even though it's an M16, but you know, I'll pretend it's a 50 cal. And we have this weird looking guy here, made by this company called Some or Soam, something like that. Pretty interesting that is. And then, like every other set we get, we obviously have some terrain pieces. There's 2 palm trees here, there's barbed wire, barricades, this big turret, which is from, I remember getting it's like a big Bradley, a very big Bradley. I had one when I was younger, but it's from that. And then just a rock there. And that is pretty much everything in the box.
So let me guys know, did I get a good lot or not? I'll put the price up on the screen of how much this costs, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care.
Hello guys, welcome back. So, this is a box, or a bag of army men I got from eBay. This is a one-time buy thing, so don't be asking me in the comments where I got it, because you can only get it one time. But yeah, I'm not going to talk too much in this video. I'm just going to let you see what I got in the bag, and yeah, enjoy the video. Now, unfortunately, there is some broken toy soldiers here, but that's to be expected. They are used. And there's also some soldiers that have paint on them. I'd probably get that off pretty easy. I also got some grey soldiers, which is pretty nice, since my grey army is very small and I need to expand it, because hopefully one day they'll show up in a stop motion, but I can't guarantee it. But it's always nice to get some grey soldiers now and then. Okay, now we'll open up the bag, which was inside the bag. So the second bag, I guess. I don't know, it's a bit confusing, but let's see what we have here. Again, I've got some more greys, which is pretty nice. There's a really tiny grey guy there. Don't know what exactly that is, but nice nonetheless. There's also this guy who I thought looked pretty cool. I think I've seen him in an Angry Trooper show video before. and it looks pretty nice. The quality's not amazing, but the pose looks pretty cool. And then I've got all these knockoffs over here in the corner and some broken ones. So that's it. I've put all the painted ones and broken ones in a individual bag. They're not being shown here, but these are all the soldiers put into their own certain piles. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did I get a good lot on eBay or did I not? And yo guys, welcome back. So we're just going to be unboxing this random lot that I got from eBay. It won the vote for the Airfix or the eBay lot. So my next video will be the Airfix German paratroopers, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, let's get this box opened. And I'm struggling to get it open with one hand as usual, because I'm filming in this hand and I really need to get a tripod or something. Okay, we've got this insane packaging, dog's dinners from Devon. Okay, so looks like we got 2 watchtowers in there. I can see already. We've got this rock, but I need to untie this bag. Here we go. Okay, so let's get this out. And I believe that's everything inside the box. So yeah, let's get this box off my desk and we will get everything out the bag. So there's quite a lot of stuff here, not as much as the last lot, and there's also no vehicles in this lot from what I remember. It's mainly just toy army men and some terrain, but it's good nonetheless. So let's just have a little look around, see what we have. You can see some Toy Story soldiers in there. This guy here is just hanging onto the guy's head with his legs. And yeah, let's get all these set up. And like normal, we'll start off with the props first. So there is one of these hollow rocks. I have a lot of these now. They're pretty good for background scenery and just terrain in general. And then we've got some random stuff here. Appears to be a brick wall and some sort of sign. Also got some sandbag walls over here. There's some rocks there. They're also True Heroes rocks, I think. Can't remember. And then we've got these trees over to the side. And I like these trees in particular. Not entirely sure why, they just look good. I've already got some of these. I normally take the bright green leaves off the top and use them as like ferns and stuff like that. And then we've got these downed trees here, these logs which are very nice. I don't have any of them. There appears to be some ladders there in the background, you can see. And then obviously we've got barbed wire. Always get barbed wire in these random lots. I think I've got way too much barbed wire now. Once I do my collection video, you will see. That's if I include the props, because I have way too many props as well. But yeah. So here we have another. This is the 2 watchtowers from one of the True Heroes sets from back in the day. I believe it's from the set that I mentioned the other week, which was my first ever set, the big True Heroes box, and it's got this little like rope bridge that goes across it, which is pretty nice. So that is all of the props, and we will get on to the first selection of toy army men. So I got the cheapest army men I could find and put them first, and I really don't like these army men. I might just make a quick stop motion where they all get lit up by a bunch of Airfix toy army men. and I'll just destroy all of them because I have no use for these at all. I'd rather just get them recycled or something. But yeah, just cheap army men, not worth buying in my opinion. They are terrible. And then you obviously got these other cheaper army men. They're better quality than what I just showed. I don't know what the hell this guy is. I've never seen this. Camera's not focusing. Okay, let's just give up with that. But yeah, we have these Airfix knockoffs. They're still pretty cheap, but not as bad as what we just showed. So I might keep them, or they might get destroyed in the Airfix video as well. But yeah, that's all the cheap army men that I found in this lot. So next on the list we have the True Heroes toy army men. So down here we've obviously got the crawling guys, and there's quite a lot in this lot that I got. Quite a lot in this lot. It's a bit of a tongue twister there, but yeah, a lot of them. And then a lot of these poses are the same. They appear to be, from what I've seen, they are pretty much reversals of what the true, what Timmy makes. Sorry, the bazooka guy is standing up instead of crouching. His bazooka is destroyed by the looks of things, so it doesn't matter if he stands up or not. And then obviously you've got the green counterparts to the side, the exact same poses. The quality on these guys is pretty decent, and they're a good, good replacement for Timmy if you can't get access to them. At the back here we have this toy army man. I had no idea what this was, so I had to put it in the general mode Discord, and IMC Productions told me that it was an eraser, or a rubber if you're from England. But yeah, I had no idea what this was, so I had to try and find out. But it looks pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, that's everything here. This is all the better quality stuff, and next we will go on to the other soldiers. So here we have what appears to be the Toy Story toy army men. They look pretty cool. The General Mo has used them a few times in some of his videos, his shorts to be precise, and they are pretty nice looking. I will say that I don't really like the green colour on them. It's a bit too bright and shiny for me. I prefer more dark, gritty colours, like the green soldiers in the background. But yeah, the pose variety is pretty nice. The quality is good. The details are good. And yeah, there's not really much to say about them other than that. I remember I did have a bucket of these when I was younger, but don't know where they went. They disappeared. They probably got, I don't know, they just disappeared. That's all I remember. But let's put this Timmy guy here. You can see the size comparison. They do stand a little bit taller than the True Heroes. Sorry, I said they were Timmy a second ago. True Heroes. They are slightly taller, but they can still work well together. Maybe just the colour's a bit off, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all of them. And that is pretty much it. So that's the end of this lot. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave your comments. Tell me what you think about what I got in this lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Yo guys, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone a little bit, but yeah, just taking a little bit of a break. But yeah, we're just going to be doing this today. We're going to be opening these German paratroopers from Airfix. They are 132 scale. So let's see what we get inside the box. Now, one thing I like about these boxes is they've actually got the figure sizes on the back, which I think is pretty cool. gives you a good idea of how big the figures will be, which is always very nice to see. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get the box open and see what we have inside. Like usual, I'm going to struggle a bit because filming in one hand, unboxing in the other. I really need to get a tripod or something, but yeah, I just haven't got one yet. But that is on the bucket list. I need to get a tripod. But you can see they come in this plastic bag like the last box I opened up. And that's it. That's all that's in there. So let's put the box down. And then we need to open this up. So I'm going to have to cut the camera again because I can't open this with one hand. So there's a nice little collection of figures, pretty nice. You can already see the details pretty good on them, but I'm going to set these up individually so we can take a look at each individual pose. But they come in this dark blue colour, the same as the infantry, which is very nice because, like I always say, I need to increase my blue army. But yeah, always nice. So let's get all these set up. Okay, so the first guy we got here, he appears to have his arm bandaged up. Must have broke his arm or damaged his arm or something. Don't know. That's very nice though. You don't see a lot of poses like that. And then we obviously just got this guy here. Typical, put your hand up in the air. He's telling people to stop or come over. I don't know. Then you obviously got the bayonet charging guy. You have this normal like walking guy here, and this guy who's holding his gun in a very weird way, about to smack someone on the head. And then you obviously got the radio guy. It's very nice to get some blue radio men. And then we've got the typical guy just hip firing, which is very nice. You can see the details pretty good on this guy. And then we got the guy with the rifle who's running. And then we also got this guy down here who's laying down and throwing grenades. But you can also stand him up like this to use as like someone falling over if they just got killed or something. Be good for stop motion, that will. And then we also got the standard rifle guy just standing and shooting. We got this guy with an MP40 who's doing a pretty weird looking run right there. And then we got two MP40 guys. Is that an MP40? I don't know if that's an MP40. I know that's an MP40, the guy in the back. But I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. And then we've got an FG42 just here. He's laying down. The barrel looks a bit odd on this one. Not entirely sure why. But yeah, you don't see a lot of FG42s in much of the like much toy army soldier boxes or anything like that. So it's nice to get one of them. Pretty unique gun. But overall, that is all you get in the box. It's a pretty nice little collection of army men here. It's good to boost your army if you need them, especially if you're collecting blues, because in the UK especially, blue army men are pretty hard to get. I know over in the US you get Timmy, they make blue army men, and I think BMC do as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are they good? Are they not? And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.